guys realize we have a serious ego problem, right? We call ourselves the apex predators, the rulers of Earth. But if your foot catches the edge of a rug, you go down like a sack of potatoes. Seriously, who designed this body? It's a scam. Our spine was clearly designed for walking on all fours, but then at the last minute, evolution said, nah, stand up. That's why the second you turn 30, your back goes out and you start walking like a penguin. Look at a cat. A cat falls from a 5-story building, does a parkour roll, lands on 4 feet, licks itself, and walks away. Us, we step off a curb wrong and tear an ACL. So today, I'm going rogue. I'm gonna steal body parts from animals and install them on us to see if we can fix this trash hardware. Isn't it hilarious that we pay money to go to a gym, pick up heavy iron, put it back down, and repeat just to get muscles? The tragedy is, a gorilla doesn't even know what CrossFit is. He sits around all day eating bananas and scratching his belly. But if he grabs your hand, he can crumple you like a used receipt. Why? Because our body is cheap. We have this genetic break called myostatin that stops our muscles from growing so we don't burn too many calories. Now, imagine we steal that gorilla gene. Bro, you never struggle with a pickle jar again. Got a flat tire? Forget the jack. Just lift the Tesla with one hand and sip your tea with the other. The downside, you need to eat 100 pounds of food a day. You basically have to live inside your refrigerator. Okay, and don't get me started on our eyes. We think we see everything, but the moment the power goes out, total darkness. We are blind. And that is the exact moment your pinky toe finds the corner of the coffee table. I swear, the pain of stubbing a pinky toe is worse than a gunshot wound. It reboots your whole system. Now, look at an eagle. From way up in the sky, it spots a brown mouse on brown dirt. Us? We spend 20 minutes looking for our glasses while they're on our face. If we had eagle vision, you could read a text message on someone's phone from 3 miles away. Cheating on exams? Easy. You could read the answer key from a building across campus. Forget the eyes. Let's talk about our internal plumbing. Who designed our throat? Who put the food pipe right next to the air pipe? This is a major design flaw. It means your biggest predator isn't a shark or a lion, it's a peanut. You laugh at a joke while drinking water and suddenly you're choking, turning blue, and fighting for your life. Imagine being the ruler of the planet, building skyscrapers, going to space, and then dying because you swallowed a piece of popcorn wrong. Embarrassing. Look at whales. Their blowhole is on top, their mouth is in front, their pipes are separated. They never choke. Us? We have to hold our breath to swallow. We are basically risking death every time we eat lunch. And the next masterpiece? Our babies. Have you seen a baby giraffe born? It drops 6 feet from its mother, hits the ground, bam, stands up immediately and starts running away from lions. Zero training. Now look at a human baby. For the first 2 years, a human baby is basically a loud potato. It can't even hold its own head up. If you leave it alone, it just stays there until it fossilizes. Why? Because our brains are so big that if we stayed in the womb until we were ready, our heads wouldn't fit out. So we are born unfinished. We are the only species that stays in our parents' house until we're 30, stealing food from their fridge. If a giraffe stayed home until 30, his dad would kick him into the savannah. But the biggest bug in our operating system? Sleep. Honestly, isn't it ridiculous? We have to go unconscious for 8 hours, drool on a pillow, and disconnect from reality just to function tomorrow? Imagine you're in a war or taking a final exam and your body just goes, sorry bro, battery low, shutting down. Look at dolphins. These geniuses have uni-hemispheric sleep. Half their brain sleeps, the other half stays awake. They swim and dream. If we had that, the night before a test, left brain is sleeping, right brain is learning calculus. Fighting with your partner? You're asleep, but your eyes are open, nodding and saying, you're totally right, babe. Life would be paradise. Everyone says, oh, I wish I could live forever. Sit down, let me tell you. Aging is just your cells getting tired and quitting. You get wrinkles, your knees sound like bubble wrap, but there's this immortal jellyfish. When it gets old, it hits the factory reset button and turns back into a baby. It literally cannot die of old age. Imagine if we could do that. You're 500 years old, but you look 20. But real talk, do you actually want to live for 5,000 years? Imagine working retail for 5,000 years, paying taxes for 5,000 years, dealing with your relatives forever. Death is kind of a blessing, guys. Imagine a grandpa from the Stone Age, still alive, lecturing you, back in my day, we didn't have fire. Ugh, my brain. And even if we didn't die, our brains would crash. Our brain isn't an external hard drive. Eventually, you'd hit a limit. If you wanted to learn your great-great-grandson's name, you'd have to delete your mother's name to make space. Imagine walking down the street, you see someone, and you're like, you look familiar. And they say, I'm your husband, you idiot. You're like, sorry, storage was full, I cleared my cache. Introduce yourself again. Okay, let's tweak something else. Why do we talk with our mouths? It's so low-tech, it's slow. I wish we could just airdrop thoughts, like electric fish send signals. But wait, that basically means telepathy. Sounds cool, right? But imagine sitting on the subway and hearing everyone's thoughts. One guy is thinking about how his socks smell, the other is hating his boss, the other one is judging your outfit. Privacy? Gone. If your wife asks, do I look fat in this? And you think, yeah, you look like a barrel, but you say, no, honey. She hears the thought. Half the planet would get divorced on day one. Honestly, let's stay mute and keep lying with our mouths. So let's delete emotions. All our misery comes from feelings. Stress, fear, falling in love with the wrong person. If we had an octopus brain, they have 9 brains. Pure logic. But you know what happens? Pizza doesn't taste like heaven anymore. It's just carbohydrates and saturated fats. You look at a cute baby, you don't say, "Aw," you say, "Small human." High probability of noise. Inefficient. Kissing, that becomes exchange of oral bacteria. Life becomes an Excel spreadsheet. Accurate, logical, and the most boring thing you've ever seen. Okay, I take it back. I regret everything. Honestly, I want my back pain, so I appreciate it when I'm healthy. I want to panic when I lose my keys, just for that dopamine hit when I find them. I want to be scared, so I can feel brave. That's what we are. We are a collection of glitches, bugs, and spare parts held together by duct tape. But this imperfection is why we write poetry, tell jokes, and fall in love. If we were perfect, we'd just be NPCs staring at a wall. But, just between us, our bodies are falling behind. With these eyes, ears, and bad backs, we are gonna survive the future. The next generation of humans won't be born in hospitals, they'll be assembled in factories.